let's know how reading helps our brain in a variety of ways. So without any further ado, let's get started. So reading helps to bring the existing neural pathway of brains in life. Point number 2 is reading poetry, like genuinely complex poetry, helps to retain the brain its elasticity and helps to keep it active for a longer period of time. So frequent exercises like reading helps the elderly to decrease the decline mental health by 32%. So when you read, you have to actually remember a lot of things, starting from the names of the character, the plot of the story or novel, and the places, the name of the places and everything. So by doing all these things, these are a medium of creating new synapses, like you are memorizing the things continuously. So by doing that, you're creating new synapses and your older ones are getting more strength. So in this way, your synapses are also being created, the new ones are being created and the older ones are being strengthened. So according to a research which was held, so the scientists said few people to read 30 pages of a book just before going to sleep from the day when the MRI was to be held. So after that night when the MRI was held, they found miraculous result. That is, the result showed high connectivity in their left temporal cortex, which is often associated with intelligence and language. So you can think that just by reading 30 pages every day before going to sleep, your brain is gonna open like a box full of surprises. So please do read just before going to bed, because it has got numerous benefits. So in the first point, I explained a few points that how reading can help your brain in a variety of ways, and in this point I'm going to explain that how it can affect your health in a better way. So let's see how it can help. So a study held in a depression ward in a hospital showed that after the patients were read few pages of a book every day repeatedly for 1 month, the patients reportedly said that they were feeling much more better and positive than the previous situation in which they were before 1 month. So you can see, like, if you are in depression, if you're feeling sad, just go for a good book and your mood is really gonna feel better after that. I might have shared this point in one of my Faculty Friday videos that reading helps you to reduce your stress by 68%. So yes, reading really helps. Like while I was doing research for this video, I found this point that researchers have found that reading can reduce stress by 68%. So just think, if you are having a stressful time, do read a good book and your stress is just gonna vanish like this. So another health benefit of reading books for elderly people is that if there is any elderly person in your house and he or she is not having a habit of reading or just watching serials, just make them aware that reading helps the elderly, or any mental game helps the elderly patient to reduce the possibility of having Alzheimer by 50%. So you can think that just by reading you can reduce the possibility of Alzheimer. So reading is also very effective, as I said you, just before going to bed. And how? It is because it gives a natural alarm to your brain that now it's time to go to bed and have a good night's sleep. In other way, it helps your brain that now it's time for winding down activities, that your brain starts producing hormones which are associated with sleep. Now, let me say you that I am talking reading with proper paperback books, and I'm not talking about reading in some Kindle or some other media which is associated, like any electronic media. Try to prefer any paperback medium. That's the point of reading book, because it gives you a real feeling, of reading, turning off the pages and smelling the book. It's a great feeling. I have few points associated with how reading can help small children in their life. So it has been found that point number 1 is that it has been found that if your child or if your small brother or sister is not reading, please make them aware that what are the helpful or beneficial things of reading, because researchers have been found that reading helps the children. If a child is reading regularly, it helps them in solving maths quickly and solving problems in their life much quickly than any person or any child who is not a reader. Grasp concept and solve the mental problems very easily. So if you're poor in maths, or if your brother or sister who is really small, say them that they should start reading, that it will also help them to solve problems very easily, not only in academics but also in their life. So it also has been found that if a child starts reading just before getting admission in preschools, those childs or those children are gonna do much better in their school life, like in complete school life. If they're not distracted for some other reason, they're gonna do much better than those as compared to those who are not reader from before their preschool. So if a child is a reader just before from their preschool stage, so they are gonna do good in all facets of a formal education life. Now you must be thinking that what are more reasons why I should say my child to read? I have plenty of them, and one of them is that if your child starts reading in a very early stage, like just before preschool stage, what will happen that he will have a lot of vocabulary words which he can use in his English language in school, which is going to fetch him much more marks as compared to those who are not readers. So in this way, his English is also gonna be much better than those who are non-readers. So I have covered the brain aspect of reading, I have covered the health aspect of reading, I have covered what are the benefits for children who are gonna read. What's next? I'm gonna share with you that what are the things that reading is gonna help you in your personal life. Now talking about personal life, there is a famous quotation that a reader lives thousands life before he dies, while a non-reader lives just one. And you can well think why it is said, because a reader reads a lot of books, he comes across a lot of characters from where he can learn a lot of things which he might implement in his life when he falls in that particular situation. So this is my favorite point, that if you read books, you're going to come across a various situations of that protagonist who falls in a lot of difficulties and he comes out. So from that you can get a lot of life lessons that you can really apply in your life. So it's how it works. Because what happens that when you're a reader, you try to understand the things in much broader perspective, which really helps you to solve the problems in your life much quickly than others who are non-readers. So I'm just requesting, go and start reading, because it really helps you in a variety of ways. So my ultimate point is that if you're a reader, you not only solve your problems, but you are also capable of solving your family or friends, like anyone in your acquaintance, like anyone who comes up to you and shares their problem with you, you are capable of understanding their situation better, because you might have read the same situation in any book or something and you already know the solution to it. So it was all about my 13 reasons why that you should start reading. So if you are still not a reader, start with small books, the books which you like, the genre which you like the most. Start with that and you will see like miraculous results in your life, which I also never knew until I started reading. So if you are already a reader, you know what to do, that is share this video with your non-readed friends so that they can also find some benefits from this video, So it was all for my today's video. Let me know in the comment section that what sort of videos would you love me to do in future. Until we meet, please do take care of yourselves and goodbye.